One of the most common questions I get is, how should I follow up after I send a proposal with Smart Pricing Table? In this video, I'd like to give you a few tips and tricks based on my many years running an agency and having to do these things personally. All right, the first thing I want to call out is consider using the proposal review meeting. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we have a video with that as the title in our Help Center. The point of the proposal review meeting is to sell your proposal and why you set it up a particular way instead of just chucking it over the fence. I found that it was huge for my former business. It helped a ton, really helped our close rates. Okay, the next thing is ask, what does the decision process look like? It's amazing to me how many times customers, prospects will just volunteer information and give me exactly what I want. I didn't have it because I didn't ask. There are other questions you can ask, like what would happen if this project didn't go forward? Who are the decision makers, or what's driving the deadline on this project? You're trying to get helpful information so that you can craft a strategy that makes sense in this scenario. The next thing I'd say, and this is why the proposal review meeting is important, is from that meeting, you can book a follow-up meeting. After you've pitched the proposal and you've shown them your offering and talked through it, you can use FAMBAM. So FAMBAM stands for from a meeting, book a meeting. Get it? Right? So you're gonna use the context that you get from this previous question or questions to ask for another meeting. So you might say, hey, well, you mentioned that John, the CEO, is the decision maker, and you said he's out till June 15th on vacation. Okay, could I do a quick 10-minute call with you on, say, June 19th? Again, use more context to kind of justify that meeting. You could always say, and if you're not ready by then, we can always reschedule. But I'd love to get feedback from John and also an update on our side. Okay, the next tip is utilize urgency. So the reality is, running an agency, there are so many moving parts. Employee availabilities, different projects that are starting, ongoing work, etc. One of the tactics I would use at my old company is I would say, that we have a limited amount of spots left in June. We can probably start 2. And I do have one lead that's super hot, was probably signing in the next couple of days. And then I have one more that is looking really good. I don't know if it's possible, but if you guys could give me a verbal by, say, June 20th, note that's lining up with my June 19th check-in call, that would really help, and I could solidify your spot. I can't promise anything until I get that verbal commitment, though. Okay, so utilize that urgency. You're not being dishonest because, I know what it's like running a business. These timelines matter, and you can't take on 50 new projects, right away. You need to schedule things out and plan accordingly. Okay, consider a timely email or phone call if you see them engaging. One of the great features with Smart Pricing Table is that it sends you an email if they open the proposal. And there's also analytics that say what pages they clicked on and then what line items they opened, or boxes they checked, or quantities that they've changed. So if you see, use that information to kind of prompt you to a timely phone call or text to maybe reinvigorate the scenario. So maybe they canceled the check-in meeting, but then you see them engaging all of a sudden a week later. There could be a crafty, a prudent way to follow up and send a timely email or phone call. Okay, the last thing I'd say is consider the 5-word follow-up. Now, this is if a prospect is ghosting you, they've gone dark, and I want to understand what is going on with this project. The 5-word follow-up, the point is you're saying something simple like, Mike, still interested? Or Mike, no longer interested? And the value in it is you're giving your customer or your prospect permission to give a in-kind response. Okay, so they can just say, yes, I'm still interested, super busy, right? If you do a follow-up that says, how's your day going? Did you have a chance to talk to so-and-so? And you've got like a few paragraphs in there. They have to read it. And maybe they're not sure where they're at and they feel like they have to give you a response in kind that's thought out. Well, and so they just leave it as unread or don't respond. The 5-word follow-up can reactivate things and help move the needle a bit to get the project going again. Well, I hope you found these tips helpful and they help you close those deals. Thanks for tuning in.